Morning children. Today we are going to discuss the remaining part of chapter 1 Resource and Development of Geography class 10 Social Science. Let's see the topic which we are going to cover in this part. Resource planning in India, conservation of resources, land utilization, land use pattern in India, land degradation and conservation measures, soil as a resource, classification of soil, soil erosion and soil conservation. Our first topic is resource planning. Okay, what is resource planning? Resource planning is the judicial use of resources. It is essential for sustainable existence of all forms of life. Resource planning is essential for India as there is enormous diversity in the availability of resources. For example, the state of Rajasthan has vast potential for the development of solar and wind energy, but is deficient in water resources. Another example, the state of Arunachal Pradesh has abundance of water resources, but lack in infrastructural development. This shows that the resource planning is needed at the national, regional, state and local level for balanced development of a country. Now let's discuss resource planning in India. Resource planning in India is one of the most important goals right from its first 5-year plan. Resources can contribute in proper development only with a good planning, keeping the technology, skill and institution in mind. As the resources are limited and unevenly distributed over the country, their planning is essential. Resource planning in India is a process which involves 3 stages. First, identification and inventory of resources across the region of the country. It involves surveying, mapping, qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. Second, evolving a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skill and institutional setup for implementing resource development plans. Third, matching the resources development plan with the overall national development plans. Next is conservation of resources. Saving resources for the future generation is called conservation. Resources are essential for all kinds of developmental activities, but indiscriminate use of resources and overuse of resources may lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. To overcome these problems, resource conservation at various levels is important. It is our responsibility to preserve and conserve the resources by sustaining the natural resources, conserving the diverse forms of life on earth and minimizing damage to the environment. Gandhiji views were very clear on the conservation of resources. He expressed his views by these words: there is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. He considered greedy individual as the main cause for resource depletion. His message was against mass production. Instead, he always supported production by masses. He also highlighted modern technology as a root cause of the decrease in resources. Next topic is land resource. Land is a natural resource. It is considered as an important resource as it provides habitation to a wide variety of flora and fauna. It is used by human beings for various purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses and roads and setting up industries. India has land under variety of relief features, namely mountains, plateaus, plains and islands. Next topic is land utilization. Okay, what is land utilization? Use of land for various purposes is called land utilization. All the land is not available for agricultural use. We will classify land based on the type of use. On the basis of utilization, the total Indian land can be grouped in the following categories, namely Forest area, land not available for cultivation, cultivable wasteland, fallow land and net area zone. Forest area. According to National Forest Policy 1952, the reporting area of the forest must be 33.3% of the total land, but the proportion of the forest area is not evenly distributed in the country. Second, land not available for cultivation. The land used for human settlement, transport routes, canals, mountain, desert, etc. are coming under this category. It accounts 12.11% of the total land in India. Third, other uncultivated land including fallow lands. This category includes permanent pasture and other grazing area, land under miscellaneous trees, crops and cultivable waste. This category covers about 8.6% of the country's total reporting land. Fourth, fallow land. The land which is not utilized for cultivation for last 3 to 5 years is considered as fallow land. It may be cultivated. It accounts for about 8.13% of the India's total land. Fifth, net area zone. India has a net zone area of 46.2% of the total reporting land in India. Net zone area refers to the area zone more than once in an agricultural years. The state of plain region like Punjab and Haryana have more percentage of the net zone area. Now let's study about the land use pattern in India. Land use pattern in India is dynamic concept. It changes over space and time. Land use pattern in India is as follows. About 46% area is the net zone area in the country. Forests occupy about 22% of the reporting area. The cultivable wasteland account for nearly 5% of the area. The fallow land covers about 8% of the total area. Permanent pastures and tree crops cover only 5%. The land not available for cultivation is nearly 14% of the total area. Growing human population, urbanization and industrialization are the main cause for the changes in land use pattern. Next topic is land degradation. Land degradation is process through which land becomes unfit for cultivation. It is a global problem largely related to agricultural use, deforestation and climate change. Mining, overgrazing, waterlogging and deforestation are the main factors responsible for land degradation. Indiscriminate use of resources and pollution caused by man in leading degradation of land. Industries dump their waste openly and non-degradable polythene bags are deposited off in landfills. Indiscriminate use of chemical fertilizers is one of the biggest contributing factors to land degradation. Therefore, man's activities are leading to land degradation. There are many ways to solve the problem of land degradation. Afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to some extent. Planting shelter bed of plants, control on overgrazing, stabilization of sandy dunes by growing thorny bushes are some of the methods to check the land degradation. Next topic is soil as a resource. Soil is the topmost layer of the Earth's surface. Human beings and other animals are directly or indirectly depend on soil for their food. Soil is formed over a long period through a slow process known as weathering. A number of physical, chemical and organic factors are involved in the formation of soil. Change in temperature, action of running water, wind and glaciers, activities of decomposers, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. Classification of soil. Based on origin, color, composition, thickness, age, chemical and physical properties, soil of India can be classified into the following categories. They are alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, mountain soil and desert soil. First, alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is very fertile. The river basins of North India, and parts of eastern coastal plain have this type of soil. The alluvial soil consists of various proportion of sand, slip, and clay. According to their age, alluvial soil can be classified as old alluvial and new alluvial. Mostly, the soil contains adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid, and lime. The main crops that are grown in this soil are rice, wheat, sugarcane, and jute. Second, black soil. Black soil is black in color. It has been formed from a lava rocks. That is why it is also called black lava soil. Black soil is mostly found in the northwestern part of Deccan Plateau. It is ideal for growing cotton and is also known as black cotton soil. Black soil can hold a large amount of moisture. Due to this quality, it is suitable for growing crops such as cotton, sugarcane, wheat, millet, tobacco, and oilseeds. Third, red soil. Red soil is made of loose rocks. It is rather poor in minerals and its fertility is low. However, if sufficient quantity of fertilizers are added, crops such as cotton, wheat, rice, millet, pulses, and tobacco can be grown on it. Red soil is mostly found in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, parts of Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, and Jharkhand. 4. Laterite soil. The laterite soil develops in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. Humus content of the soil is low because most of the microorganisms, particularly in the decomposers like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature. These soil are mainly found in Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and in the hilly areas of Orissa and Assam. Fifth, mountain soil. This soil is found on hill slopes. The soils are very rich in humus. Tea, coffee, wheat, maize, barley, and fruits are grown in such soil. Jammu and Kashmir and Madhya Pradesh have mountain soil. Sixth, desert soil. Desert soil are red or brown in color. They are sandy and saline. It is least fertile. Due to the dry climate, high temperature, evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. It is found mainly in Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, and Gujarat. Soil erosion. Soil erosion is a process in which the top fertile layer of soil is lost. Due to soil erosion, the soil becomes less fertile. The top layer of soil is very light, which easily carried away by wind and water. The removal of top soil by the natural process is known as soil erosion. Various agents like wind, water, deforestation, overgrazing, construction, mining, etc. cause soil erosion. Soil erosion are of two types, gully erosion and sheet erosion. Gully erosion. When the running water cut through the clay soil and make a deep channel as a gullies, then such an erosion is called gully erosion. Second, sheet erosion. When water flows as a sheet down a slope and as a result the top part of the land is washed away, such an erosion is called sheet erosion. Now the last topic is soil conservation. Prevention of soil erosion is called as conservation of soil. The soil erosion can be prevented by the following ways. First, afforestation. Planting new trees and plant is afforestation. Whenever trees are cut down, new trees should be planted. Planting trees in hilly areas are most effective for conservation. Second, terrace farming. In hilly areas, farming is done by cutting steps on the slope of the hills. This slows down the flow of water and soil removed from one step is deposited on the next step. Thus, the soil is never completely lost. This is terrace farming. Third, building dams. Dams are built to prevent floods which not only damage the crops but also wash away the topsoil. 4. Shelter belt. The cover of plant and trees around the field also break the speed of strong wind and protect the soil from being blown away. 5. Crop rotation. Plenty of crop rotation is crucial for keeping land happy and healthy. This allows organic matter to build up, making future planting more fertile. Answer the following question in your classwork copy.